Hello and welcome to the Noble Network College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. My name is Jennifer and I'll be your facilitator for this session. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. You will have 6 minutes they will each have 6 minutes to share some sneak peeks about each of their institutions, but they'll be here for the entire session to answer questions. Before we get started though, I have a few more housekeeping announcements. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use that Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can leave a question for anyone to answer, or you can include a school's name with your question so you know the representative knows exactly who you're hoping to hear from. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening for Noble students. We hope that you've checked the schedule and have signed up to join us in the next round to come. This presentation and all of the presentations are being recorded. And in the coming days, you'll be able to find these session recordings at the same website where you registered, strivescan.com/noble. All right, I'm excited to turn it over to our very first presenter to kick us off today. We're going to be learning about Wake Forest University.
Hello, I'm Susan Faust. I'm very happy to be with you to talk about Wake Forest University today. 6 minutes is never enough time, but I hope to tell you a lot about the university. It is a place, of course, for you to learn about yourself and to learn about the world. It is a place of support and community. Wake Forest is located in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, which is about an hour north of Charlotte, just right at the Virginia line. We are a medium-sized private liberal arts institution, and so our focus is on the undergraduates, the 5,500 undergraduates. In our community, as we work in admissions, we try to have our community at the university reflect the world, and so we define diversity in many different ways, but we always are looking holistically at applications and looking specifically at individuals' lived experiences. The city of Winston-Salem is a lot smaller than Chicago. It's about 250,000 people, but the campus is only a 10-minute shuttle ride from the downtown area. Students go into town to tutor and to do internships, but also to do and participate in food festivals and music festivals. We have a minor league baseball team called the Dash and a nationally recognized film festival called the River Run Film Festival. So with all 4 seasons, there's always something to do, certainly lots of things to do outside as well. As a liberal arts institution, you do take lots of classes in areas that you might not yet have been exposed to. But once you decide what you want to study and major and minor in, it's very easy to double major in, for instance, engineering and French, or if you want to do biology with a minor in Spanish and another minor in art. You can put your academic path together with the help of advisors all along the way. Our classes are very small, but we also have lots of support. We have a writing center, a math center, and a science center. And as I mentioned, every student is coming with their own experiences. And so we have lots of support for students here at the university. So if you're a first generation student, for instance, you might take part in the First in the Forest program. You might be stopping in at the LGBTQ+ Center. You might be learning more about mindfulness and certainly taking part in all sorts of programs and opportunities at the university. So as part of your education, 2 things that we like Wake Forest students to take part in are 1, study abroad. Every student, no matter what you want to study, can study away or even study here in the United States. We have a wonderful program in Washington, D.C. And so you start planning that semester abroad or away as soon as you arrive. Usually they're taken in the 2nd or the 3rd year here. The second thing, along with study abroad, is undergraduate research, the opportunity to do research on your own outside of the classroom with faculty support. And so that's a very popular thing that students sometimes take advantage of. Our community is very important to us. So we do have a 3-year residency requirement. You live either in residence halls or maybe in an apartment or in suites as upperclassmen. And everyone can stay on campus all 4 years, but of course, one of those semesters may be far, far away abroad, in Spain, or maybe in Santiago, Chile, or maybe in London. Um, Our community, of course, also is based a little bit or mostly on our motto, Pro Humanitate, for humanity. Service is not required, but students are very involved in making not just Wake Forest and Winston-Salem a better place, but making the world a better place to live in. So we have all sorts of fundraisers and activities that students can participate in. Hit the Bricks is a tradition at Wake Forest. It's a fundraiser for cancer survivors. And we have over 200 clubs and organizations that you can become involved in. So if you're already involved in the arts, you can continue. If not, this is a great chance for you to kind of try that out. You might be interested in learning more about writing or being in a politics club, or maybe even working on the annual. So we are a member of the Atlantic Coast Conference. So you might decide to be involved in intramurals or maybe even club sports. But we do read all 3 applications. We do also have 2 ways of applying: early decision and regular decision. Early decision is binding for us, and we have some scholarships also available that you can check out on our website or talk with me about. Our application, as I mentioned, is holistic. We've been test optional since 2008, so we don't require a test score. We have other ways of knowing about you, such as a video or maybe even some other answers. We do meet 100% of a student's demonstrated need. There are other ways to learn about Wake Forest. Certainly, we'd love for you to come to campus, but you can learn more virtually, or certainly reach out to me. I'm more than happy to answer questions or visit your school.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Susan, for starting us off today and presenting on Wake Forest. We're heading off to learn about our next school, off to the other side of the country with the University of Southern California.
All right, well, thank you very much. I'm going to try and share my screen here real quick. My name is Risa Tewksbury. I'm Director of Midwest Admission at USC, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. USC is one of the largest private schools in the country. So you've got some great presenters here today you're going to learn more about, but USC is a little bit different in that we are one of the largest private schools. In terms of USC, a couple things to be aware of. As I said, we are a larger school, so our undergraduate population is almost 20,000 students. This makes us, as I said, one of the biggest privates, but about half the size of, say, your big public schools in state in Illinois. Our class sizes are still small. Our average class size is 26 students, and full-time faculty are teaching those courses. When I think about USC, I often think about it being the best of both worlds. You get all of the clubs and activities and student life and Division I sports and all of the school spirit and activities you associate with those much bigger schools, but you still get the academic experience of a much smaller institution in terms of those small class sizes, the research opportunities, the hands-on learning experiences. So just to highlight a few of those points for you, we are located in Los Angeles, downtown of the second largest city of the United States. You all, of course, are very used to a large city in an urban setting. USC has that benefit in terms of the nightlife, entertainment, shopping, cultural opportunities, of course, the internships that our students take advantage of. When I was an undergraduate, I did 2 different internships literally up the street between classes, class in the morning, internship in the afternoon, to really get that experience and, not only for my resume, to make sure I was on the right track for my major. But we also, of course, have the beaches, the mountains, the desert, the year-round outdoor climate, everything that LA has to offer. And being in town for college fairs this week, I can tell you we never have snow or freezing rain in the month of April, March, or February. So just in terms of the weather opportunities for our students. We are a self-contained campus in the city of Los Angeles. So you again get the best of both. You get a true park-like campus. I'm biased, of course, but it's a gorgeous campus. You can walk corner to corner in about 20 minutes. You have everything you need on the campus in terms of your classes, your lab requirements, in terms of laboratory space, your athletic facilities, music practice rooms, dance studios. Everything is on the campus, including your residential life experience, your housing, dorms, apartments, suites on campus. But then you still have LA as that campus town. We have 2 different metro stops at campus. So the Expo line, you pick up on campus, last stop is Santa Monica Pier. So if you want to take beach volleyball as a class, you'll be taking the Expo line to go to class for your beach volleyball. We are also a very international campus. We have one of the largest international student populations of any 4-year school, but we also send our students actively overseas for either semester, year-long, or summer programs. We also have a Maymester program where you can extend your spring semester out 1 month, finishing out the month in another country. For example, I know some students that just are doing this May a semester or a Maymester in Paris, where they're going to study their foreign language requirement for French, but they're also going to be studying the refugee crisis and learning about social impact and other issues that are going on in France. So it's a great way to extend that education and get that international experience. We are also a research university, so our students have the opportunity to participate in research very early in their program, starting in first semester. We even have merit research awards. USC has over 150 majors and minors. Our students can interdisciplinary study and combine different programs. You could be a computer science major, but continue with your music performance. You could be a theater arts major, but still take philosophy courses. You can combine any of the majors at USC to create your own degree path, whether that be majors, minors, combined programs, or just taking interdisciplinary coursework. Lots of options for you. And for those of you that are feeling a little panicked that you don't know what you want to do for the rest of your life, it's really easy to change your major at USC. National averages, you'll change your major 3 times in college. So don't get hung up on thinking you have to have it all figured out. It's really easy to come in, try something, and move around, try something else. Trojan family is also a big piece of our experience at USC, because our over 300,000 living alumni worldwide really support our students, both with raising scholarship funds, helping us out on campus, mentoring, visiting back to the campus to enhance our student life experience, and really being there as a resource for our students. It's a group of family members with shared values, and we really look to our Trojan family to help support our campus and our students. We have a lot of things going on campus. So I mentioned being LA, but we also have over 1,000 clubs and organizations, professional societies. We have a first generation plus, LGBTQ communities, cultural centers, lots of opportunities for our students. We're even hosting the LA Festival of Books later this month with Amanda Gorman speaking, Ziggy Marley, lots of performers coming on campus to share with our students. Just a quick note on applying for admission. We are on the common application only, but I do want to emphasize just on need-based aid. We do meet 100% of demonstrated financial need, and we do have a new affordability initiative that if your family makes less than $80,000 a year, you will qualify for full financial aid covering your tuition as gift money. So just know that we have that available as well. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up and pass it on to my peers. Thanks so much.
I know 6 minutes just flies, everybody, right? Thank you so much for sharing and presenting on the University of Southern California. We're moving on to our next school, and we are going to be learning all about Northwestern University.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alyssa Martinez. I'm an assistant director here at Northwestern. I'm actually joined by a current student, so I'm going to give her the opportunity to introduce herself while I figure out how to share my screen.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shreya. I'm a current 4th year at Northwestern studying human communication sciences and econ on the pre-med track. And I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. Awesome. Looks like we got the presentation up.
Can everybody see my screen? Just the screen? Okay.
I can.
wonderful. Sometimes it is a little bit funky, but let's get started here. So again, my name is Alyssa Martinez, and I and Sherry are going to give you a broad overview of what makes Northwestern so special. And one of those things is our location. So we're located in Evanston, Illinois, and we like to think of our location as a bit of a trifecta because you have a college campus with all these state-of-the-art facilities located on the lakefront within a college town located incredibly close to a major city. So we are located in Evanston, which is about 3 miles north of Chicago city limits and 11 miles north of the heart of downtown. And students are really drawn to our location because they get the best of both worlds here. Here you get access to a world-class city with all sorts of opportunities and amenities to take advantage of. And you also get a very traditional college campus in a great college town that you get to make your home over your 4 years. So our location is great, but our students are the heart and the soul of everything that we do here at Northwestern. And so we have about 8,000 undergraduate students who hail from all 50 states and over 95 different countries. This diversity that exists on campus is really enhanced inside the classroom because of our 6-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which means you really have the opportunity to get to know your professors and your classmates inside that classroom and share those thoughts and ideas that you guys have. And so a little bit about our education here. We operate on the quarter system. So we have 3 main academic terms: the fall, the winter, and the spring. Each term spans about 10 weeks, and students will take 4 courses a quarter, averaging about 12 courses a year. The students who are drawn to Northwestern are really the students who like the flexibility the quarter system provides them to take a wide range of classes. They can explore all their personal, professional, and academic interests, and they can explore those across all 6 of our undergraduate schools. But of course, learning doesn't just take place inside the classroom, it takes place outside. So I'm going to hand it over to our student to tell you a little bit more about experiential learning opportunities.
Yeah, so Northwestern provides so many opportunities to learn outside of the classroom through research. I'm involved in research. So many of my friends are involved in research. It's really something that undergrads feel strongly about, and getting into a lab here is super accessible. We also offer so many opportunities to go abroad. A lot of people tend to go abroad their sophomore, junior year. Like, it's very, very normalized here. And we have such great connections with offices and companies in the Chicagoland area. So it's really easy to get connected through our career advising office, to do an internship for a quarter or do work study for a quarter and just get away from classes and really get into the practical experiences of your field. Yeah, and then we can talk a little bit about our community. So living on campus is super great. I love the food. It's actually pretty good. And we have like a residential hall system. So we have dorms that are like just regular dorms that you live in. And we also have res colleges. And so these are thematic dorms. I lived in the College of Commerce and Industry my first year. And it was just super fun because there's like a faculty that lives in with you. There's a grad student, and you do a lot of activities and events that are related to whatever theme is of the college. So like we did a lot of like econ based events, like consulting based events. And so there are, we also have a like engineering and STEM dorm. And so they do a lot of like activities centered around that. And so there's just a lot of different places you can live on campus. We have suite style dorms, regular communal dorms. And it's just a really great community wherever you live, and with a lot of cool opportunities to meet faculty, upperclassmen, and also get to know a little bit more about like what it is that you're studying. All right, and then, oh, okay, there it is. So Northwestern is flush with traditions. One of my favorite traditions is like this thing that we do called the primal scream. So before finals, every quarter we'll come out the Sunday at 9 p.m. and just scream, and it's really cathartic. And it sounds crazy when I tell you this over Zoom, but when you're here and you're involved, you'll be like studying in the library and suddenly someone will start screaming. You'll be like, Sunday, 9 p.m. That's what it is. So it's just really cool. And you know, as a community, I think Northwestern students are very collaborative. We're very in tune with each other, and we know the importance of supporting each other and building that strong network. And so there's a couple of our traditions listed on the screen here, but the core of it all is really that we love being here. We love being a Northwestern student, and we love doing these fun little practices that really build up the heart of our student body and like get to the essence of what it is to be a student here. So some of the things here, like at Welcome is just such a wonderful week where you meet everyone. Everyone's so kind. All your upperclassmen mentors are so willing to help you through everything. Another one of the things here, Dillo Day, we always get such fun artists. I mean, 2 years ago, we got like Playboy Cardi. So I don't know, such a really great experience to be here and take part in all these activities.
I think we're good on time. Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
think
we'll wrap it up here. Just the core of the message is Northwestern is a great place to be. If anybody has details or questions about admissions, I can definitely provide details in the chat, but I want to keep this moving and allow the next school the opportunity to present. Thank you everybody for being here with us.
Thanks everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Alyssa and Drea, for sharing all about Northwestern. All right, we're on to our next school. We are going to be hearing from the Olin College of Engineering.
Hello, I'm just gonna share my screen. Yes, let's do this. Share. Oh no, this is what I get for using dual screens.
Victoria, I can see your screen. It just hasn't gone to full size yet.
Oh,
But
okay.
I do see your screen. Just wanted to at least confirm that for you. So it just needs to go to slideshow.
Yeah.
And then
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop and then reshare, and we'll see if that helps me.
we all know the Zoom life. Don't worry.
I know.
Students included.
Brutal. I think that was
Right now, it's showing the presenter view, so we just kind of need to flip the screen. So there's a display setting at the top towards the left side of the screen that says display setting, and it can switch it up towards.
I am doing so bad.
Do you want to take another minute or two? I can always ask the next school to present.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, yes, so not a problem. Hold on, let me just change out our screen. So is our representative from the University of Chicago? Excellent, that would be wonderful if you wouldn't mind jumping in.
Yeah, no problem at all. We will all have the same challenges with slides. It's not a problem at all.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, does that look good,
Looks
everyone?
Yes, looks great, Veronica.
All right, so hello, everyone. My name is Veronica Hawad. I work in the undergraduate admissions office from the University of Chicago. I more specifically am the admissions counselor that works with any applicant from any Noble Network school. So I am your go-to person. At the end of my chat, I will put our website and our email address in the chat for everyone. We're open for in-person and virtual visits. Like, we'd love to see you. Come down during spring break. We'd love to have you on campus. So just a couple things. We're going to define the University of Chicago. It is a university in that we have graduate and professional school programs on campus. So there are adults who already have college degrees. They are attending our medical school or our law school, our business school. They're getting masters and PhDs, like lots of cool stuff happening there. At the college level, the undergraduate college, where you come into the college from high school, we have one undergraduate college at the University of Chicago, and it's a liberal arts college. Liberal arts just means that the college really values learning. So no matter what you're going to major in, what you're going to study, you're going to try different subjects. So it feels a little bit more like high school. You will have a major. You don't have to pick it when you're applying. You pick it once you're here. But in addition to that major, you get to study the core curriculum. This is our general education requirements. So you will study math and science. You'll do reading and writing based courses, foreign language, fine arts. It's 8 different areas that all students try at the college. The college is mid-size. They're usually just around 7,000 students. You come in with a freshman class of less than 2,000, and it's a residential campus. Everyone in their first and second year at the college lives in the residence halls in our dorms. That's even students from Chicago. We'll talk in a minute about financial aid and how that works, but for many students, we're covering the cost of that housing. After your second year, if you want to stay in the dorms, you can, and if you don't want to, you don't have to. We are both on the common application and the coalition application. So these are 2 application options for our seniors or students applying to college. We get a transcript from your high school, 2 teacher recs from high school teachers who taught you in academic subjects. We're test optional, up to you whether or not you're going to send in SAT or ACT. And we're really known in the admissions process for our fun essay questions. They're on our website if you want to see what I mean. They're very weird and quirky and fun, very open-ended. So we're looking to see like how you think. Can you have fun with these kinds of weird questions? They're very important in our admissions process. So that's who we are. I want to tell you a little bit about really great resources on campus. Colleges offer two kinds of money. So nearly every college offers financially. That's need-based. It's based on your family. What do you make and own and earn, and what is left over for that family to pay toward the cost of college? And then there's scholarship. That's merit-based. That's based on a student's profile, your academic talents, or some kind of special talent that you have. So pretty much all colleges have financial aid. We have loan-free financial aid. So most colleges require you to take out a minimum amount of loan every year that you're at college. Totally normal, should be expected. And you pay it off when you graduate. A handful of colleges will give you grant money instead. Grant is gift money you don't have to pay back. So we have a loan-free undergraduate financial aid process. All students in Chicago do not pay an application fee. In fact, all of the students in our applicant pool don't pay a fee if they're applying for financial aid. So it's free to apply. And then on top of that, we do have merit scholarships. So not all schools have scholarships. You have to look into this. We do have merit scholarships, and they're automatic review. So we read your application for admission, and then at the same time, we're assessing whether or not we can give you some merit scholarships. Some are only for the city of Chicago, so it's nice to have that extra funding. Just be aware that some colleges that have merit scholarships do ask you to do something extra. So you have to know, do they have a different deadline? Do they want another essay or an interview or an example of my talent? Just keep an eye out for that. We don't do that, but you don't want to miss opportunities at other colleges in case they have those extra pieces. I said earlier, we require you to live on campus. That is a good thing. Most students who are getting significant financial aid merit at U Chicago, which is many of our Chicagoland area students, we are covering the total cost of attendance, not just tuition, what it costs to take classes, but also the required room and board, the required time in the dorms and cafeteria that we've said you have to do on campus. So for many students, we're covering the cost. It's not extra to be in the dorms on campus. Here are the things I want you to read about on our website. I want you to read about the Odyssey Scholar Program. For students who have a lot of financial aid coming into U Chicago, the Odyssey program is what funds them and gives them extra funding. It pays for internships and study abroad and health insurance and all these random things that you need to go to college. It's an automatic designation. It depends on how much financial aid you need. You will get designated an Odyssey Scholar if you come into the college. There are two very important offices I want you to read about as well in terms of resource and support offices. So the Center for College Student Success, CCSS, is born out of our advising structure. At every college, you get great academic and career advisors. That's the case at U Chicago as well. But we also have CCSS, which is a sub office that works with students who are historically underrepresented at the college. So many of our students of color, our first gen students, our students on financial aid will use their resources. They do all kinds of stuff, study breaks, mentoring. They have a book lending library. At some colleges like ours, you have to pay to print things on campus. They have a free printing option. So they're just a really good resource. The final office I want you to read about is the Center for Identity and Inclusion. It's a student affairs office that has a multicultural student support office, LGBTQ ally office, an office for undocumented students. So those are the key pieces I want you to look at going forward. I'll put my info in the chat. Thank you all for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Veronica, for sharing the University of Chicago with all of us. All right, we're going to head now back to the Olin College of Engineering. Victoria?
Let's try this again. Thank you for your patience, and thank you, Veronica, for stepping when I was not able to get things started. So welcome everyone, super excited to be talking to you. My name is Tori Moore. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions at Olin College of Engineering. We are probably, well, definitely the youngest and smallest college here. We were founded in 1997, so we might be your siblings' age or something like that. This is an aerial view of our campus. We are located in New England, specifically Massachusetts, hence the very kind of like greenery fall vibe we got going on. So Needham, Massachusetts is about 10 or 15 miles outside of Boston. So depending on the time of day, that could seem close or not close. However, public transit runs through the area and our students can have a car on campus for all 4 years. So it's this really great place to go to school because, as you can see from the pictures of our campus, you still have that kind of like tight-knit community campus vibe where you have the oval, that's what we call it, instead of like kind of the quad because it's an oval shape. But you still have that type of campus vibe. However, we are near one of kind of the major metropolitan areas with so many undergraduate students, as you probably know. So we are small, we are 350 students. That is not per grade, that is in total. So we have about 85 or 86 students per graduating class. So we are small, we are undergraduate only, and we are an engineering college. Our gender diversity is always pretty split. So 52% female, 48% male, about 7% international. We're 49 domestic students of color and 17% underrepresented students of color. So even though we're small, there's a lot of diversity happening, and we currently have 39 different states represented. So just because we're small and in New England does not mean that we are a regional only campus. We really pull from the rest of the country as well. So in addition, though, if you're kind of freaked out about smaller sizes, we are part of a 3-college collaboration in the area where students can cross-register at these other institutions to kind of widen the scope of what you're doing, particularly because we are engineering only. We're a really mission-driven institution. This is our mission. So we really see engineering not just as the way of getting the newest, flashiest tech, though the newest and flashiest tech is cool. We want our students to, by the time they leave Olin, see engineering as the discipline that can create social change, to really learn about engineering social impact and how you can make the world a better place through engineering. So we really want kind of engineering to serve people, users, and humanity. We also want engineering, the discipline itself, to include everyone. So we take a really holistic view of who is an engineer and who can participate in this. So we are intentionally small. We have that super tight-knit, supportive community. It's pretty nice because it allows you to not only know your peers, if you want to be close with everyone and be able to go sit with anyone in the dining hall, this could be a good fit for you. It also means our students have very close relationships with their faculty. And it also means that our students get involved with research at a very high level very early on. You're not kind of jostling with PhD students or master's students for access to labs. It is very common for our students to get involved as early as that first semester. They will get here in the fall, their first year of college, and be working in a lab by the time the semester ends, which is pretty cool. If you're going to walk away knowing anything about Olin, it is that we are supposed to be transformative engineering education that's focused on project-based learning and practical skills. So instead of siloing, here's your math prereq and science prereq and all of that, we want you to be doing kind of like hands-on engineering the entire time. So you're really never, our classes aren't lecture-based, our classes aren't exam-based. Really everything you do is going to be a collaborative project that has some kind of real-world application. That's why if you're interested in engineering, you want to be making and doing, so why not have a curriculum that reflects that? However, you still get complemented design, arts, humanities, social sciences. So we technically have 3 majors. So mechanical engineering is our most popular. We have electrical and computer, and then we have engineering with a concentration. So even though we technically have 3 majors, there's a lot of flexibility. So that last one, you can do a concentration in design, computing, which is basically computer science if you're interested in that, robotics, bioengineering, sustainability, and then you can self-design a major. So if you're looking at this list and you're like, there's a type of engineering or math or science that isn't here, that doesn't mean you cannot come to Olin. It means that you could create it at Olin. So a little bit about us in the Res Life department. So we are 4-year residential. You're guaranteed housing for all 4 years and a 4-year meal plan as well. So you're always around your friends and food. Our first 2 years, you are in kind of your traditional double dorm room situation. Nice benefit though, is you only share a bathroom with your roommate. So each room has its own bathroom rather than communal bathrooms, which is a weird thing to point out, but pretty cool in my opinion. And then the 3rd and 4th year is suite style living. So you and a couple other friends, you each have your own room and share a common space. We have a really tight-knit lounge culture where it's very common to see students like playing foosball all night or hanging out and playing video games. It's very much people will walk through these shared spaces and kind of just collectively hang out. So a little bit about what students do in their free time. So a lot of our students, they love engineering and they want to keep doing kind of technical stuff outside of the classroom. We have a lot of what are called project teams. So for example, one of them is Olin rocketry. So if you're into aerospace engineering, we have a rocketry team, a Baja team, and a Formula sports car team. So if you like engineering and you like project-based work, this could be the place for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Victoria, for presenting on Olin College of Engineering. We're moving on to our sixth school of this 6x6, and we're going to be learning about Emory University.
Good morning, good afternoon, depending upon where you are at. Thank you for having me. My name is Timothy Fields. I'm Senior Associate Dean at Emory University. And so we are in Atlanta, Georgia. We have two campuses. We are about 15 minutes from downtown. You can see this beautiful view of the city. This is our Emory College campus, but we also have our Oxford College campus. And so just to share a little bit information about that, our Oxford College campus is roughly 45 minutes east of Atlanta. It's a smaller campus in which has 900 students. If you wanted to start in a smaller environment, you could begin on that campus for your first 2 years, and then you continue on to the Atlanta campus. Emory College, our Atlanta campus has about 5,500 students. As I said, we're 15 minutes from downtown. So when you're thinking about, do I want to begin at Emory College or Oxford College, you're really thinking about, how do I want to begin my college career? Do I want to be in a smaller liberal arts focused environment, or do I want to be in a medium-sized liberal arts focused environment? But we are a liberal arts college first and foremost. We have over 80 different majors. A lot of students who come to Emory express interest in natural sciences, biology, chemistry, neuroscience and behavioral biology, computer science, mathematics. We also have one of the top English and creative writing programs in the country. Economics is our largest major. We have a wonderful music department, theater. So we have, all disciplines that we offer. We do, the only two schools that you have to formally apply to when you come to Emory is going to be the nursing school and the business school. If you are interested in those schools, you'll take classes at Emory College, Oxford College, your first 2 years. You'll study what we call our general education requirements, which is our core curriculum. And then once you complete the prerequisites, you can then apply to those schools formally. As long as you have above a 3.0, you will be able to apply to the nursing school, and you will continue on. For the Gosweda School of Business, generally students have above a 3.5 to apply, and roughly about 80% of the students that apply to the Gosweda School of Business get in. I will say that 45% of the students at Emory double major, so it is absolutely an opportunity in which you can be in the business school, but you can also be studying music, you can be in the nursing school and studying French, so you have lots of options. Also, you do not have to declare your major until the end of your second year. So you have the first 2 years for the curriculum. Think about what it is that you would like to study. I did mention our core curriculum, which is our general education requirement. And that consists of 2 semesters of a writing requirement, 2 semesters of a foreign language. You also have to take a natural science with the lab, the humanities, fine arts, social science. You have a diversity general education requirement in which you have to take a course based upon some aspect of diversity. You have a PE, both a course and activity, and then you have a freshman seminar, which is an introductory course your first year to help you get acclimated. Faculty is a very important piece. All students that come into Emory will receive a faculty advisor. That faculty advisor will help you as you come in. And then when you declare your major, you will receive a faculty advisor in that particular department. So we definitely want students to know that faculty is an integral part of the Emory experience. 95% of the courses at Emory are taught by an Emory faculty member, so there are going to be very few courses that are not led by a faculty member. The average class size is 19, and there is a student 7-to-1 student faculty ratio. There's a lot of research that is going on here at Emory, and we want to emphasize that research not only takes place in the natural sciences, but also the humanities and social sciences. You can be doing sponsored research as early as your first year. So we want students to know that if you want to do research, you have that opportunity, and it is in all disciplines. Also, I think one of the things that really sets Emory apart is the city of Atlanta and all of the opportunities that it has available to students, not only from an academics point, but also from a cultural and entertainment perspective. We're number 3 as far as Fortune 500 companies. We are becoming a leader in the film and media industry, one of the top cities for sustainability. And then Emory has one of the largest healthcare networks in the Southeast and in the country. So if you definitely are interested in anything in the healthcare sciences, you have that opportunity. Here are a couple companies that students have the opportunity to work with. Our business school does not have class on Fridays to allow students, if you want to have internships with a lot of these companies, you have opportunity. And many of those companies are within 15 minutes of Emory. So you'll have the opportunity, but you can also have internships throughout the country and world. So we definitely want students to have those practical experiences to complement their academic experience so that they are prepared once they leave. Here, just a couple of fun facts. Number 13, as far as best value, as far as quality of life, where we rank in U.S. News World Report, and some of the areas where students also, come in and have interest. I will also highlight, we have a medical school, a law school, a school of public health. We have a graduate school of arts and sciences. But however, your Emory experience is going to be heavily focused based upon, undergraduates. So you're not going to be battling with graduate students. And, just for a sense of kind of the diversity and experience, we just announced our incoming class this past Tuesday. And so here's the statistics, and we're very excited that 33% of our students are from underrepresented groups, and we have a lot of first-generation students as well. So happy to answer any questions. I'll put my information in the chat, and always excited to be with my great colleagues here and to be with Noble students.
Thank you so much, Timothy, for presenting on Emory. All right, we have a couple of minutes left together. So I want to do one live share question. So I'd love to invite everyone back on camera. This also gives our representatives a last chance to make sure we've got info in the chat shared. Any last questions you're wrapping up in the Q&A. Attendees, don't forget, check out the chat to copy, paste, hit those links and save this info for later. All right, we're going to go the same order that you all presented in. So we are going to start with Wake Forest, go all the way to Emory. When the person ahead of you finishes, just turn on your microphone and answer away. We'll just flow through person to person. The question is, you are the admissions professionals. What advice would you give to these students? What is one of your top tips, your number one top tip, to help them through the college search process?
I think I would suggest think far and wide, think big, and explore as many schools as possible at this point, and don't let sticker price or cost deter you at any point in this process. If you find a school that you like, take it all the way through to the end.
Thanks, Susan. That was great advice. Another thing I would carry on with that is take advantage of the virtual offerings that schools are making available to you. You don't have to fly to a campus to check it out. That's one of the few benefits we got out of this pandemic, is that we all have great virtual tours and programs and opportunities. We have student panels. You can talk to current students. Many of us put links in the chat already about how to see us virtually. So take advantage of that. And as Susan said, keep your options open. There's no only one right school for any of you. There's lots of options out there where you'll have a great fit.
Awesome. So I'll take this one. I'm going to make mine a little bit specific to Northwestern. So on our application, we do ask you to answer the question, why Northwestern? And my best piece of advice for answering this question is to be as honest and specific as possible, not only to yourself, but to our university, right? Like, we want to know things about you, but we also want to know why our university is that fit for you. So whether it's a professor we have on campus, a lab that exists on campus, a club or extracurricular that you can't find anywhere else, all of those things, all of those small details really stand out in those essays, and don't be afraid to take up the entire 300-word limit that we give you, right? You're not bothering us by writing extra. We want to hear all of the things that excite you about our campus. And so that is my piece of Northwestern advice.
I think as a whole, you're asking all the right questions from what we can see in the Q&A. This is a confusing process, so you have to stay organized. Which colleges, which deadlines, do they require this, do they require that, who's test optional? So you're asking all the right questions. As you get those answers, keep it organized, have a spreadsheet, have a notebook, do something, anything that you can do to keep organized, so that you're not missing opportunities when you're applying to college. You never want to miss a deadline or a scholarship opportunity. So I would say stay organized.
I would say for all the schools that you look at, I agree with everything that's been said so far. But to try to talk to as many students, it is many different forums, a lot of campuses. There's obviously tour guides, there's sometimes like admission ambassadors, and there's usually a lot of different ways to engage with students at the schools that you're looking for. And they're always going to be such a great resource for really understanding what it's like to be a student at these places.
One thing I will add a couple things. Just one, have fun your senior year. Do not let this process take over your senior year. And the other that I would say is just, think about a school that you might not otherwise consider and, put that on your list. That it's easy to say, these are the schools I'm going to apply to based upon X, Y, and Z. But just try and find a school that maybe you didn't think about and add that to your list and really, kind of stretch yourself in that way.
Even I can forget to unmute sometimes. Those are all awesome tips. I love all the nodding heads as everyone was speaking. I hope that shows students that admissions professionals at a range of different schools are all agreeing that this is really great advice and guidance. Well, we have reached, everyone, the end of our time together. Thank you, representatives, for being here, sharing those facts, the figures, the deadlines, but more importantly, the enthusiasm you have for your students' experience in and out of the classroom. For everyone watching, thank you for taking time out of your day. We hope you're inspired to go check out all 6 of these schools and learn a lot more about them. This was just an awesome sneak peek. All right, the logistics. You will receive a very quick 5-question survey when you close your window. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Don't forget to sign up for the last round of programming for Noble students that's coming up next. It's not too late to join us. And this recording, as well as all session recordings, will be available at that same website in the coming days, strivescan.com/noble. Thanks again, everyone, and have a fantastic day. Good luck on your college search. Yes, it's a lot of work, but it's an awesome, fun adventure ahead. Goodbye.